And we start tonight with breaking news coming out of southern Arizona. Deputies there investigating after 3 explosives were found near a Sahuarita Park within a week. The Pima County Sheriff's Office tells us the 3rd explosive was found tonight near the Parque del Sol Park. The Pima Regional Bomb Squad is now investigating that device.
A Colorado murder case that has taken many twists and turns now has a tie to Arizona. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. For 12 News at 10, I'm Kadiva Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. Barry Morphew, the man accused of killing his wife Suzanne in 2020, was arrested in Gilbert today. 12 News was the only TV station in the valley to capture Morphew arriving at the Maricopa County Jail, where he's awaiting extradition back to Colorado, where he'll face a charge of first-degree murder.
12 News journalist Sean Rice is joining us now in studio with why law enforcement here took quick actions to arrest him.
Yeah, Mark and Kribe, in this case has taken so many twists and turns. There's multiple Dateline episodes about it here on NBC. This is just the latest example of the latest twist and turn. The district attorney in Alamosa County, Colorado, says Arizona DPS reacted within minutes this morning, arresting Barry Morphew after a grand jury there indicted him for murdering his wife Suzanne back in 2020. Morphew's ties here to the valley are not yet fully known, but one can see why he would want to get out of Colorado after an attempt to prosecute him for his wife's murder in the past garnered national attention.
The grand jury has indicted Barry Morphew on the single count of murder in the first degree.
It's yet another chapter in a Colorado murder case that has gripped the hearts and minds of many. Suzanne Morphew went missing from a home in Salida, Colorado, back on Mother's Day 2020. Her husband Barry charged with killing her, but Suzanne's body had never been found, and the no-body homicide case did not go well for Colorado prosecutors. The case was rife with misconduct, so much so that the case against Barry was dismissed by a judge, and property records here in Arizona indicate Morphew moved to the valley, renting a trailer at the Stardust Trailer Park in Cave Creek. His wife's body found in September 2023 in a rural part of southern Colorado, and the results of a toxicology report pointed evidence back in Barry's direction. The district attorney now tasked with prosecuting him again, not revealing why Morphew was in Gilbert at the time of his arrest.
That information was still being gathered. We have been working very, very hard to make sure that we run down anything we can with respect to this investigation, and our law enforcement officers will certainly be following that.
His stay inside a Maricopa County jail cell could be short. He'll appear before a judge this weekend where he could challenge extradition back to Colorado to face that murder charge. The pursuit of justice for Suzanne Morphew, the reason her husband is now off the streets here in Arizona.
Our law enforcement officers have never forgot, have never given up, and they have been working so hard to get to the place where we are today.
And court records show us that Morphew has never faced a single criminal charge since he moved out here to the valley sometime in around 2022. Attempts to reach his daughters this afternoon, and they've stayed by his side for the last 6 years. Those attempts were unsuccessful. Kribe.
All right, Sean, thank you for that. We have an update to a story that we first brought you last night at 10. A flight instructor and student pilot are dead after a plane crashed in a remote area southwest of Tucson. It happened just after 2:30 p.m. yesterday near Green Valley. Those killed have been identified as 41-year-old Miguel Ornelas and 74-year-old Robert Gilmore. The cause of the crash is under investigation.
A former Valley News anchor has been found guilty of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Stephanie Hockridge worked as an anchor at ABC 15 from 2011 to 2018. According to court documents, Hockridge and her husband co-founded the company Blue Acorn during the pandemic. It helps small businesses and individuals get those PPP loans from the government. Prosecutors say the couple fabricated documents and charged borrowers illegal kickbacks based on a percentage of the money that they got. Hockridge was taken into custody by U.S. Marshals after the verdict.
One of the suspects in the murder of Preston Lord was back in court today with a motion to throw out his indictment. Talon Vigil is one of 6 people accused of assaulting Lord at a Halloween party back in 2023. Lord died days later. Vigil's attorney wants the court to throw out Vigil's grand jury indictment and do it again, claiming that prosecutors misguided and lied by presenting all of the evidence, by not presenting all the evidence the first time. The state argued that the evidence presented was fair and was enough to determine probable cause. The judge says that he will take time to think over both arguments. The next hearing is scheduled for July 14th.
Another delay in the Allison Feldman case. Now the judge says she may have to recuse herself. Feldman was found beaten to death at her Scottsdale home in 2015. Ian Mitchum was charged with her murder. There was supposed to be a lengthy hearing this morning, but the judge announced that she was good friends with a doctor on the witness list and would likely have to recuse herself. Feldman's family has been waiting and praying for justice for 10 years, and now they may have to wait longer.
It seems the justice system helps the perpetrators more than the victims. That's my personal opinion.
If the judge does recuse herself, the case would be on its fourth judge in 7 years.
All right. Well, after extreme heat in the valley, in fact, the hottest of the year, we do have some slightly cooler weather that's in the works for the weekend. Meteorologist Lindsay Riley has our weather impact forecast. Hey, Lindsay.
Still triple digits, but it's 15 degrees cooler by Sunday than how we were yesterday. Yesterday, 117. By Sunday, we'll see 102 for the high. Here's a look at the valley weekend forecast. Those morning lows nice and refreshing in the upper 70s to near 80. Tomorrow, still warm, but no extreme heat warning, a high of 107. And then 102 for Sunday. Sunday will be the coolest day of the next 7. But what's happening this weekend as we transition from high heat to high fire risk. This is a look at the fire weather warning for all of northern Arizona. Very low relative humidity, higher wind speeds and gusty winds. That's the recipe for an increased fire risk. Here's a look at some of those wind gusts for Saturday. Saturday will be the windier of the 2 days this weekend. Out in Mojave County, that's where we'll likely see the highest gusts, around 50. But northern Arizona, Flagstaff area and the White Mountains, 40 to 45 miles per hour. Here in the valley, 25 miles per hour, with temperatures falling for the second half of the weekend. Mark?
All right, Linz, thanks. New at 10. Imagine you're out walking your dog and suddenly you notice there's a pack of coyotes following you. Thankfully, that woman and her dog are okay. But Arizona Game and Fish warns that with our hot temperatures right now, these encounters are happening more and more often.
That's right. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly spoke with experts about what you can do to stay safe.
Coyote sightings have been reported all over the valley, usually coming out either at dawn or dusk. That was the case in Litchfield Park at the Bullard Wash Trail, where this video was taken.
Get out of here!
While walking her dog in the early morning hours, this woman captured the moment when she says 4 coyotes started following her.
Go!
Trying to scare them off by yelling at them. But one keeps running toward her as she tries to walk away.
Get! Go!
Eventually, the woman says another person who heard her screaming came in to help get the coyotes away. Then there's this video showing another pack of coyotes in South Phoenix effortlessly hopping over someone's fence and into their backyard. If it seems like more coyotes are out and about, you're right.
We get reports of coyotes pretty much on a daily basis.
Alex Flickinger with Arizona Game and Fish says their department is also getting calls of coyotes approaching people.
Instances where they're coming and approaching people or getting a little bit too close for comfort.
She says in the summer season, coyotes and other wildlife are searching for food and water, typically when it's cooler out. And if a situation like this ever happens to you,
just don't run. You want to kind of stand your ground and do what you can to get that animal to retreat.
Flickinger says to start yelling as loud as you can and try to make yourself look big. She says even throwing rocks at the animal can help scare it away.
You're pretty much just wanting to haze them and intimidate them to, let them know that you are the dominant species.
Now, the woman who posted this video on social media said she did report it to Arizona Game and Fish. Officials there also telling folks to not leave out pet food or water outside when your pets don't need it, saying coyotes and other wildlife will find it. We're in Litchfield Park. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
All right, Chase, thanks. A $1 billion plan to renovate Chase Field is now just one vote away from becoming law. Late last night, it passed in the Senate, but final approval of the bill might have to wait a few days. It still needs a vote of the full House in order to be sent to the governor's desk. However, late this afternoon, House Speaker Steve Montenegro dropped a real bombshell, saying the House wants to draft its own state budget, rejecting the one that was passed by the Senate and endorsed by Governor Hobbs. Montenegro says the budget doesn't have enough votes to pass in the House. There's just a week left before the deadline to pass a state budget.
There may finally be some relief for people who live in Maricopa. The main road through town is being widened. State Route 347 is the main road in and out of Maricopa from Phoenix. It's basically a two-lane road, even though thousands of people use it every day. Today, the Arizona Board of Transportation held a meeting to talk about the widening project after Maricopa residents told the board how dangerous that stretch of road is. They voted to spend $134 million for the construction project.
50,000 cars a day that drive up and down that road every day, and they pray to get home. They pray to get to their jobs, and they pray to get home to their families.
Many are experiencing hour-long delays or becoming victims of preventable accidents.
I provided you actual photos of people that are now dead that were alive a week ago.
It's where precious time is lost and sometimes where lives are changed.
This board placed the widening and overall safety and efficiency of State Route.
ADOT says that construction will likely start in the second half of 2026.
Cleanup efforts are almost done, and things are getting back to normal after a local asphalt company had a sticky mishap while working in a West Phoenix neighborhood today. The accident, like most things these days, caught on security camera, and that video has now gone viral. It's been seen by more than 2 million people. A crew was working on sealing a private road near 91st Avenue in Camelback when suddenly that black sticky sealer started spraying out of a broken hose onto cars, a home, and landscaping.
The neighbors' white cars in their driveway, all of their landscaping, the other neighbors' trees, the stucco, the exterior finish of the home, everything was just basically covered.
The company, Cactus Asphalt, has since cleaned 2 cars, replaced some landscaping, pressure washed the sidewalk, and they're in the process of repainting the affected homes.